let me tell you a story from the Ramayana. So what has happened until now from me is that Sita has been kidnapped by Ravana, and Hanumanta has found out where Sita is, and Rama and his army have decided that they are going to go to Sri Lanka. They are standing by the banks of the ocean, of the Indian Ocean, and figuring out how to go. Okay? Rama has an army of monkeys, of Vanaras, led by Sugriva, whose minister is Hanuman, and Hanuman is a very big devotee of Sri Rama. There are the bears are also there, Jambavan, and so many others are helping him. Now, the architects or the engineers of the Vanara people was Nala and Nila, and they tell Rama, "Hey Rama, I think we cannot all swim over the ocean like Hanuman did, so maybe we can build a bridge." Sri Rama says, "That's a good idea. Okay, if you can build the bridge, then let's do so." So they start picking up stones, rocks, big rocks. 3, 4 of them have to go together, right, to build, to roll those rocks and put it into the ocean. Now, the rocks, they start, what does a rock do when you put it into water? It just goes down, because it's heavier than water, right? So it goes down. So Sri Rama has touched those rocks. They say, "Hey Ram," they write, "Hey Ram," and then put the rock in the water and it floats. And that's how they start building the bridge to Sri Lanka. Now, the monkeys are helping, the bears are helping, and they are able to take these rocks and go. Some are holding it on their head. Some are rolling the rocks. Sometimes there are 3 or 4 of them and they are rolling it, the huge rocks. If they want a smaller rock, they are breaking the rock and then putting it. Now there was one squirrel, a grey squirrel, looking at what was happening. And all that squirrel wanted was Sita Mata to be saved, to be brought back. And he wanted that Sri Rama be happy. That's all he wanted. So he takes a little nut-sized, a walnut-sized rock in his mouth, because that's all he can take. And he rushes to the bridge and he is putting it out there. Now the monkey who is working there, he says, "Hey, what are you doing here? Leave it, we don't want all this. Just move, or else you'll be trampled by our feet." So the squirrel says, "Oh, I just want to help. I just want to help." No, go. And they ask him to leave. But our squirrel doesn't go. He goes, but he brings back another little walnut-sized rock and comes and puts that there. Again, the monkeys shoo him off and throw off that rock. And then the squirrel is doing that over and over again. So one of the monkeys just catches him and throws him. The squirrel is flying in the air and he screams, "Hey Rama!" And Rama looks back and puts his hand, makes makes the cup out of his hand, and the squirrel just falls into his hands, into his palms, safely. And Rama looks at him and says, "Oh, what happened? Chikroda, what happened?" Chikroda means squirrel in Sanskrit, okay? What happened? So then the squirrel says, "Sri Rama, I just want to help you. I want to help in building this bridge. Can I please help? Not just me, my friends also want to help. Can I help? I have only small walnut-sized pebbles that I can bring, but I'm sure they will help you make the bridge stronger." So Rama says, "Of course, there are places that we need to fill with small rocks and pebbles." And he tells the monkeys, "Anyone who wants to help, Evanarajana, anyone who wants to help should be able to help." And this squirrel really wants to help us. So I'm going to mark all the squirrels who will help us. And he takes his fingers and he pets. See, a squirrel is just so small, right? It's just like this and long, and it's sitting on his palm. He takes his fingers and puts that right on his back. He just pets him like this. And where he pets him, lines are formed. And you have the palm squirrel of India. They look very similar to the chipmunks here. The chipmunk has the lines right from the top of their head, while the palm squirrel has it only on the back. So Rama's squirrel is the palm squirrel, which is found only, which are native to India.